Hi, it's Hans at ahappierman.com. Today's topic is funerals as workout motivation. Today is Sunday, and I just went to a funeral of a friend yesterday and Saturday. Got back last night. I had a very good time, even though in spite of the circumstances, funerals usually bring out the best of the people who go. You toast to the You have a nice service, and there's good talks centered on the person who passed. You remember that person fondly. You camaraderise with the people. You see the pictures. You hear the stories. You get to know some people. You have nice talks. You have chats. There was a very nice, mingling before the service. The very good service with some with some good talks. Afterwards, there was a lunch, and that's always nice, of course. And it was at a church, and they had a great feast there afterwards. And then I went over to a friend's to kind of wait, and then we went out to the friend who passed, his favorite local watering hole, where he spent a lot of weekend evenings. And it was a full place, and it was kind of free drinks for a while, and I had a few, and had a nice time, and it was fun. So I like the funerals. There's that social aspect. I don't mind going to them. Yeah, I'd like to pay my respects. I don't fear the casket and the person. Yeah, it was an open casket. He was laying there, and he looked the way he normally looks. Just dead, of course. But the workout motivation part, well, I came, you want to be motivated to work out and keep working out as you age. Now, this fellow is 49. I'm 55, 6 years younger. I just think of what I would have missed in the last 6 years if I was dead, right? The great years living with my daughter, helping her, the great times I had at work and play, especially play. Oh, I had some great trips. I saw my son's high school graduation, my daughter's high school graduation, guiding my kids. You can't do all that if you're dead. So that's got to be part of the equation when you're working out, is a way to keep yourself somewhat healthy, vigorous, strong, able to do for yourself and keep you out of the grave. Now, my friend who died, yeah, he didn't do any working out, and he just overdid the eating and the drinking and other, the smoking and the chewing. Yeah, he had all the bad habits. And then the worst bad habit was the habit of not weight training. Now, of course, he was enormously strong just from hauling himself around, but you got to do more than that. You have to weight train as you age. It's critical, and that's how I use my motivation. All the lights are here. I'm sorry for the sun is just killing my videos. But the weights are critical to you as you age. The problem with the cardio is it's so hard to keep up on it. And so is the weight. I think the weights are better for you as an aging man because you get more bang for the buck. You stay strong for your normal stuff you got to do in life. You'll keep the muscle that you've built when you're younger, or build it as you age, and that will help you to burn some fat and not be so flabby, and certainly you won't be weak if you keep weight training with heavier weights. So you want to do that. So I'm getting to the funeral part. Well, that just makes you think, man, I got to get to the gym. I've been a little bit lazy the last week and a half. I've had some real nagging injuries that are bothering me. But, you got to somehow work around those injuries. Certainly don't push yourself and get hurt more. But let's say on the injury, just don't work out that area, or work it lighter, lighten up the weight, reduce the volume, don't do so many sets, and don't do so many higher reps. All that high rep, all that extra sets, that tends to hurt an older an older person more. So yeah, I mean, I know he lived in a way, my friend who died, he lived in a way that that in some ways it appeals to me greatly, but in some ways it doesn't appeal to me at all. You know, he was a construction worker, traveled around the country, uh, you know, kind of always on the move, uh, and not, and then when we'd come home, he'd live hard, you know. So there, to me, that kind of work, it's hard to get into a groove of weight training because you're not at home. You're kind of, you know, you pull into a town and you're there for, you know, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year or two, and it's not really your home. It's your second home, so you're going back to your real home on the weekend, and you don't have a lot of free time, so you spend all your free time during the week drinking and carousing and trying to recover from working hard all day. And then on the weekend, free time is trying to hustle home to take care of some of those things, and then trying to have a life. So that kind of life doesn't appeal to me, but it appealed to him, and he lived his life to the fullest. So you can't fault him for that. You know, you'd wish you'd be a little bit smaller. You know, if you lose weight, usually it's a little easier to live. You're not quite so unhealthy, but you know, to each their own. To me, I want to be not as heavy, not as fat, but strong. So I'm going to continue to lift. I'm going to continue to recommend that you lift. I keep working on my kids to keep them lifting, and they do. They're in good shape, and they're tough and strong. Sometimes the younger people, they get caught up in the latest fads, and then they tell me about the latest fads, and you don't want to listen, as you get older, you don't want to listen to younger people on what they do, because you, as an older person, older guy, older, happier man, you're going to wreck yourself. I like to listen to Mark Ripito on his theories on weight training, staving off death as you get older, reducing the volume. Mr. America Hart, that's a good one too. Those are some good resources for you as aging lifters, and certainly use when people die, the people, especially, you know, your friends, your family, and if they die because they're living an unhealthy life, use that as your motivation to get yourself to the gym. Now, truthfully, I look at myself and compare myself to other men of my age, and I look pretty darn good. You know, and it's from the lifting and trying to control. There's a certain amount of dieting I would like to do to lose weight, but the lifting, it really helps you. It keeps your body strong, and flexible enough to do the lifts properly. If you have injuries, work around them, but use that death as motivation. All for now.